Hey Aries, welcome to your love reading for April 2020. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. You could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign Aries, or you could be watching for someone that's an Aries. Either way, I am grateful that you're here. You can find me on Instagram at Candy Wishman, and you can also find me on Patron. The information's in the description box below, as well as my social media's posting schedule. All right, let's get right into it. What is the overall energy of the situation between the two of you? We've got the Dragon's Duel. So we have inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. Okay, so we have a 23. This is often signified as the dance between the head and the heart. Very interesting. We also have the Fire Prince on the bottom, so aggression, but also optimism. Okay, and it's a 4-0. So there's some work to be done here. There's some work to be done around the inner conflict. Either you're conflicted about the situation you're in. I feel like there's a recognition of choice here, like the choices you made, because we have conscious choice showing up. Okay, the choices you made. And again, the energy is interchangeable. So if the other person energy is stronger than yours, it's going to come through. So this could be them struggling with the choices that they've made, okay? Like the morality of the situation. Understanding that they chose the choices they made, put them in the position that they're in, okay? It's whenever there's an argument, and I'm being called to say this, whenever there's an argument, it's because the ego or the mind is arguing. The heart itself has no agenda. It just is, it just exists. So anything that is argued to or against is ego. Okay, so I feel like it's more like a place of ego where they're coming from. All right, let's get a few cards representing where you are at, Aries, with all of this. Okay. So interesting, okay. Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles. So we have either a division of assets. Does anyone know what assets are? Me either. We have a division of assets here, a separation, no longer wanting to. I feel like there's an energy of always having to overcompensate because the other person feels there's breadcrumbs. Okay, very interesting. All right, yeah. So we have the Hermit here. Okay, so this is an energy of somebody who knows that they need to go within and follow the light within, because there's too much going on out here, and it's not actually bringing them any kind of peace or mindfulness. Yeah. We have the Page of Swords, which is honesty and insight, being honest and insightful with yourself, being reflective of yourself. It is that spying card, like, so maybe you've been spying on your other person. Yeah. And then we have the World card. So we have you could be at a distance. I do feel like there's a little bit of interesting energy here, where you might not be with the person you want to be with. I do feel like there's a cycle ending here. There's lessons being learned, but it's forcing you to go within, because no matter who you interact with outside yourself, they're not giving you what you need. You feel like you're receiving breadcrumbs in regards to that. So very, very interesting. Okay. So then these two cards popped out randomly on their own. Okay. Together they make a 14, which is a karmic number. It's a number because 5, it dwindles down to 5, or it sums down to 5. And 5 is the number of freedom through change. It could be, so the opposite of that is being locked down, being trapped, being unable to be free. So it's very interesting that these come up, because we have the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles is inner childhood wounds and abandonment. And then the 9 of Pentacles is being independent and free. So I'm feeling like the only thing that's really stopping you from navigating this is that maybe you're still avoiding your childhood wounds. And some of the wounds need to be healed, either with your parents, with past relationships, the fear of abandonment. Something's coming up here where, and maybe it's just the energy right now, because I feel like a lot of people are in the collective of social expectations and breaking those down and realizing how they do or do not make you feel. And the parameters around you feeling like there's something wrong with you if you're not in a relationship is probably something that was passed down to you from a family member, or from your parents, or from socializing, whatever it is. So I feel like if you can address those things and recognize that maybe perhaps you've gotten into some of the relationships you've been in because there's that need to not be alone or to look like a quote unquote loser if you aren't in a relationship. It's almost like there's this standard like, oh, well, he or she has a significant other, they're obviously okay. Like, it's a very interesting energy that I'm picking up here. So just be mindful of that, Aries, where that's coming from, okay? And again, if it's not you, it may be the other person that's trying to come through. And if it is you, just know that if you're triggered, it's just because there's a wound that needs to be healed, okay? There's no judgment here in any of this. I think we've all experienced that kind of criticism and that kind of emotion around not wanting to be alone or thinking there's something wrong with you if you are, okay? It's not specific to you. It's something, but I feel like right now it's playing a role in your life, okay? All right, let's get some cards representing this other person. Okay. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords on the bottoms. So they could have Libra or Scorpio energy in their chart. Or sorry, Virgo, Libra, my bad. Virgo or Libra in their chart. There may be, I feel like this energy doesn't necessarily represent them per se. But it does represent some motherly wounds that you are perhaps not even aware are affecting you, okay? Now then we have the Nine of Cups, okay? This is Pisces energy, but I heard very clearly this person is just like all that in a bag of chips is all I heard. Like when you view this person, they are your equal, they are your happiness, there's bliss there. And it's not their job to make you happy, and it's not a responsibility, it's just your natural underlying energy with this person is just very beautiful. And it doesn't matter what you guys have experienced, because I have a couple cards here, and I think it's very interesting. I just noticed that. I just feel like there perhaps were things that happened between you guys, or there's energy between you guys that have to do with your own wounds coming up. When the ego gets involved between the two of you, there's an issue. But if it just is like, it's sort of like when you view this person, and then you want to have this relationship with them, and it has to set the parameters that society sets. So you have to be, together for this long, you have to be engaged at this date, and you have to be moved in together by this time, or you have to get an animal, and then blah, blah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of putting, but when you do that, when you put these expectations, society's expectations on the relationships, things get very difficult for you. So I think that's very interesting. But we have here the Four of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. And it's an energy of somebody who's good with money, but that's not what this is about. Hanging on too tightly with something out of fear. I feel like there is fear from both of you, because the feelings defy logic for you. And there's a lot of external factors with this fear that I'm not going to get into, because that's not really the point. The point is that they are having, the internal factors are what matters, because when you shift your internal energy, the energy outside will shift with you. What I thought was very interesting is we have the Hermit here in their energy as well. So this is Virgo. They could have Virgo also. But do you notice that they are also going within? Look at that light, holding a candle, going for the light within. And I feel like that's where you can find each other. You could be twin flames. I'm not going to label it. I think that A label isn't necessary, I think, when you understand your own feelings about this, but I feel like you're kind of at a precipice, Aries, where the awareness can no longer be ignored, okay? Like, it's not like before where you could just shut down and kind of hunker through. And I do feel like this is more masculine energy, whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter. I'm really pulling on a very masculine energy here. You know that this person is capable of filling their own cup and giving you the space to fill your cup. But a lot of wounds and a lot of ego and a lot of expectations have to be shifted first. Okay. All right, let's take a look at hidden factors. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's what we have on the bottom. Look at that, 7 of Swords. There is so much going on behind the scenes that you can't see, straight up. I feel like you guys know of each other, but you don't know of each other. We have the 8 of Pentacles here. Okay, so there's a lot of energy work. This is a symbol of energy right here, of positive energy. There's a lot of energy work being done subconsciously for the two of you, okay, by the two of you in one way or another. And then we have the World card again, okay, signifying that this is wrapping things up. I heard wrapping things up, bringing change. And I think it's very interesting that her eyes are closed and almost like the ribbons or whatever it is, or the material is covering her face. So you can't really see what's being wrapped up either, or what's being done. I think, honestly, if I'm going to be frank with you, Aries, and it's not to cause fear, I think you're going to be blindsided by certain things, but it's going to be a relief. It's going to be a breakthrough for you. And it's one that you can't see coming because your ego is going to want to logic its way out of fear. So I feel like there's probably going to be something coming that's going to blindside you to some degree. But I promise it's for your greatest and highest good. Even if it doesn't feel like that in the moment, it's going to bring so much clarity and awareness for you that this struggle you're in is going to be undeniable. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at some external influences right now. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, so, okay. We have the King of Wands on the bottom, and the Queen of Wands is the first one coming up. So the King of Wands is Aries, Taurus. Is Cancer, Leo, and then the Queen of Wands is Pisces, Aries. But this is a match. Okay. This is a match, and what I feel very interesting, okay, once I cleared that King of Wands out of the way, we have Judgment. Okay, social judgment is a huge factor in your life. How people perceive you, what people think of you, whether they like you or not, big deal. Okay, but that's all ego. What I think is very interesting about this being a match is the external influences that are coming for you, are coming through different people. You and this other person have dated other people, you've been with other people, and it doesn't match. It does not compare to this other person that you continually circle back to. We have a circle. We've got 2 World cards here, okay? So I think that's very fascinating. And then, yeah, okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the need to be free. Okay, there's a need to be free, a longing to be free. But truthfully, when you can become aware of understanding that it's your wounds that are trapping you, then you have the key to the kingdom. Okay, you can deal with that. It's not going to be easy. No one ever said it was easy, but it is doable. Okay, and I feel like you aren't really doing it alone. Like, I think there's a lot of energy going on in the background here. All right, possible outcome for you and this other person. Okay. Yeah, I love that. So we have 2 page energies, and I love that because that means, yeah, look at that. And then the 5 of Pentacles showing up again, and then the Hermit again, 3 times the Hermit. Okay, this is very clear. You need to go within. Yeah, but we have 2 page energies here. We have the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Page of Cups. And that tells me that you're open to learning not only this new concept of reality for yourself, but learning about emotions and the emotional reactions you have to things and where they stem from. Like, this is real, true growth. It's like apprenticing something new, and to have not only the physical reality represented here, but also the emotional reality represented, means huge changes. It means this is the possible outcome that where these changes are going to take place. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a card where you recognize that the seeds are being planted. It's also a card that says keep going. Okay, things take time, things take effort, but sometimes they just need a little light shined on them and a little love, and they will grow. Okay, so I feel that's a very positive place to be. It's not a definitive, like, yeah, you're going to get married and have babies, but that's not really where you're at right now anyways. You are in a place where you get to love yourself and heal yourself. And that's really the outcome, right? You want to tear down all of these things, okay? You know, some of the greatest, I can't remember what the quote is, but it's like one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is to unlearn everything you learned about yourself. Okay. And that's when you become the page, you know, like you're starting over, but you're building yourself up in your own image instead of everybody else's. Okay. All right. We're going to leave off with what the fairies need to say. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, I love that. Strength. The grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. I love that. That's perfect. Okay, trust your intuition. Go within. You're being guided. The Hermit showed up 3 times today, Aries. It's time to start going within. Start meditating. Start hearing your own voice, determining your own voice from that of other people. Okay, that's your mission right now, because once you do that, that inner conflict dissolves and you get to just be free and be love. Okay, so I hope that this has helped. If it resonates, please like and share. If not, it's all good. I'm glad you're here and watching this, and I hope it helped in some way, or it helped someone you know. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing, loving April.